Tonight, it's Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Both teams deserving, but only one will come away with the Larry O'Brien. Brian Anderson here, joined by the Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. Taking a look at the Timberwolves.
They don't want to give their opponent any hope of winning 2 straight against them. They recognize they need to take care of business here because momentum is a fickle thing.
Here's Harden. Pass to Okongwu. Here's Dort. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. You take a look at the 76ers. It is win or go home for them as they desperately try to force a Game 7 of these NBA Finals.
And to make the situation even more difficult, they've got to do it on the road. I mean, these fans are fired up, and this hometown team is motivated to lift the trophy on their court.
And Minnesota with possession here. The Sixers getting their last shot to go. The drive by Harden. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Well, with that explosive leaping ability, Okongwu is someone who spaces the floor vertically.
Outside, Brown. High post Gafford. Just 5 on the clock. Lets it go. And it's Monk missing. Pass to Dort. And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter. Hachimura sets a screen. Here's Levine. Jones comes with a double team. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments.
It may be a players' league, but the coaches obviously play a big part as well.
And this is when a coach earns his paycheck. Analyze the situation and give your players the information they need to succeed.
Outside Monk. And about 2 minutes into the first quarter here. Jones sets a screen. On the wing, Jones. 6 on the shot clock. Off target with the 3.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Outside Harden. Back to Levine. On the wing, Harden. Pass to Okongwu. Whoop, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over.
76ers ball.
Now Philadelphia with it. Monk looking around. And here's McDaniels. And here's Brown. Dort defending. Outside, Brown. Philadelphia needs to get off a shot to win the drought. Jones' shot is good.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
And Harden with the slam.
And you know, you can't underestimate Harden's ability to blow by defenders. It opens things up for him on the offensive side.
Outside McDaniels. Dort with a steal. This one for 3. Out of bounds. It'll be Philadelphia's ball.
Substitution on the court.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I caught up with Coach Chris Finch. I heard Coach go over the dribble handoffs that Sabonis is so creative with. He reminded his players that the jumper isn't the first option. Usually he looks to pass for 3 to 4 seconds, reminding his players to stay wide, anticipate high passes, watch for the cutters, and then contest. Sabonis can be a real headache out there. Back to you guys.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Here's Harden. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Fast break. Here comes Philadelphia.
Well, you can't sleep on McDaniel's athleticism if you're the defense. At 6'9", he can absolutely hammer it home.
And Jaden McDaniels picks up the foul. That's his first foul. So Nick Nurse has decided to call a timeout here. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. On defense, the Sixers. There's a minute 40 left in the first quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Finney-Smith. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. No good on the 3.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Now here's Sabonis. No points yet. Toppin outside. McDaniels from long range. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. Right side, Levine. Back to Harden. To the paint. Here's Okongwu. Minnesota shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And he can't get the first one. Good on the second one.
Well, when you watch Onyeka Okongwu, he's a guy who rebounds, scores, improves his game, and he's still got a lot of room to grow.
And Sabonis gets it to go.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Morant. It's deflected. Right side, Young. Simons outside. There's the triple. Can't hit that one. Outside Harden. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so the first quarter is in the books. The Sixers. And welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. This game 6 getting started. And looking at what we've seen from Philadelphia, what do you guys think?
You know, they've been relentless in how they attack the paint.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
Now here's Brown. 5-point lead, biggest of the game. Sabonis. And Sabonis slams it in.
Well, as his career has progressed, Brown's really improved his playmaking. Credit to him for putting in the work.
And it looks like we've got an injury on the floor. Very unfortunate as always, guys. Don't like to see this.
Oh, man, I hate this. And we see it all too often. Injury is such a big part of this game.
Yeah, these kind of things really test your depth. Hopefully, it's not too serious.
Now here's Brown. No points so far. Out to Horford. Fires from deep. Bradley grabs the board. Timberwolves trail by 5. Pass to Payne. And Chris Finch. wants a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Here's Finney-Smith to the inside. Bradley, that's good.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Screen by Horford. Back to Young. Shot clock at 6. Oh, it's blocked by Levine.
How about that swat from Levine? He's got incredible leaping ability.
Young with the defensive effort.
I mean, come on, that's a shot you expect him to make.
Brown scanning the floor. Out of bounds, the Timberwolves will take it. Timberwolves trail by 3. Outside Levine. Pass to Finney-Smith. Here's Bradley. Outside Johnson. Now here's Levine. Defended by Jones. Here's the 3. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Outside Young. And it's Dorian Finney-Smith with the foul. That's his first foul of the game. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. They still need this. Brown, no good. And so it's Levine with it. He brings it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. Bradley sets a screen. Back to Levine. Just 5 to shoot. From outside the arc. And that's collected by Trae Young. Philadelphia leading by 3. Here goes Trae. Up and in on the layup. Young's got his first 2 points of the night.
Look, that's what you want. Young is just so good when he penetrates.
Levine can't hit. Now Philadelphia with it. To the middle. Here's Toppin. Bradley grabs the board. Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the 3 ball.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
Young looking around. Fearless Trae Young.
Well, such a creative finisher. Young will find a way, even with the defender all over him.
The shot by Dort, no good.
Aggressive move, but that was great D to prevent the easy bucket.
Up top, Young. On the take. Minnesota with the rebound.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort tonight.
And he commits the intentional foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
A minute 20 left in the second period. It's Dort on the wing. Ooh, and once again, off the mark by Minnesota. The Sixers lead by 5. Outside Jones. It's McDaniels on the wing. From outside, off the mark. Now Okongwu. Harden with it. Now guarded by McDaniels. Outside Harden. 5 on the clock. With the teardrop. Jones with the block. Down low. Here's Toppin. Okongwu with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 5. There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Inside. Hachimura. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a 3-point play. Malik Monk picks one up. Minnesota shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
Timeout.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. The 76ers making a switch here. There's 18 seconds left in the first half. And the call will be against James Harden. That's his first foul. Outside Young. Picked by Sabonis. Puts one up from 19. Philadelphia with another miss.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. The Sixers on top. They're up by 2. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. And here we go. The NBA Finals continue here on 2K Sports.
Out of bounds.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Harden. And Brown has got the ball here for Philadelphia. The lead is 2. Pass to Jones. Clock at 6. Up top, Monk. From about 19. Gets rebounded by Minnesota.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the board. Yeah, and you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Minnesota shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Such a versatile guard. James Harden is a triple-double threat every single night.
Here's Monk. And the layup is good. Monk's got 6.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
It's an even 3-on-3 break. Right side Brown. It's Brown on the breakaway.
And Brown is lethal in the open floor. Once he has a step on you, it's over.
Pass to Dort. Gafford with the block. Here's Hachimura, defended by Brown. And it's Hachimura missing.
Well, this will make you a little uneasy. Missing 4 in a row to start the third.
And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a 3-point play here. So we'll see Derrick Jones go to the line here. It's on Zach LaVine. That's good from Jones. Into the third. 2 minutes in now. Timberwolves trail by 8. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Harden from outside. McDaniels with some nice D.
No matter what he's tried, it hasn't worked. Unfortunately, the team is suffering from that.
Jones from outside. Offensive board. Outside, Brown. It's Monk on the wing. Clock at 4. Second shot opportunity. Dort grabs the miss. LaVine with it. Gafford picks him up. And an intentional foul right there. And Chris Finch wants a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. the 76ers making a change here. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Here's Simons. That one drops for him. And the 76ers lead by 8.
Well, this is why you got to keep pace with Simons, because once he's got a step on you, you're finished.
Johnson on the wing. Rebound by Philadelphia. Poke loose. Gets stolen by Johnson. Bradley, that's good.
Well, offensively, he's doing his best to keep them in this game, but they might need someone else to step up as well.
Inside, it's Trae Young.
And force feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Back to Payton. And that one drops. Payton's got his first 2 points.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
And here's Toppin from the arc. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist.
Here in the second half, they've just found better shots.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Pass to Sabonis. The kick out to Young. Now here's Simons. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
The vertical of Simons getting all the way up to the rim.
Finney Smith up top. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
Outside, Finney Smith. Dort outside. 6 to shoot. Back to Finney Smith. Over Young. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. Philadelphia leading by 9. Pass to Sabonis. Philadelphia moving it around. Toppin shot is off. Johnson with it. Now guarded by Simons. The shot by Johnson, no good. And Young has got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 9. And Sabonis slams it in.
Nice little flush there from Sabonis to cap off the possession.
Outside Johnson. 29 seconds left in the third quarter here. Banked it in off the glass.
Can't argue with a chance like that. Give me more of those.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Trae Young. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
Yeah, that's his 4th foul. Got to be careful now.
Timberwolves trail by 9. Here's Payton. Outside for Dort. Here's Finney Smith. And he throws it down with one hand.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. He got it up. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Sixers ahead, leading by 7. And right after this, and this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th quarter. The Sixers lead by 7. And here's Monk. Horford outside. Pass to Brown. Shot clock at 6. Look at Brown getting it done inside.
And they're shooting with much more confidence here in the second half. The field goal percentage is now over 50%.
And here's Dort. Here he goes. That one goes. Count it.
And clearly Dort knows how to operate inside, making his way to a high percentage shot.
Monk with it. Yep, count it.
Well, on that one, he decided to show off for the crowd.
Dort, right side. McDaniels with a steal. Right side, Monk. Ooh, poked away. Stolen by Harden. And here they go. Here's Dort. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
It's so easy to get frustrated when you make mistakes, but you have to keep battling.
Yeah, it's definitely a momentum shifter, but it's time to refocus, make smart decisions, and start fighting their way back.
Steps back. Pass to Horford. Outside Monk. Four on the clock. The ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Okongwu. Here's Dort. Driving in. Ooh, rejected by Horford. And it's out of bounds to Minnesota. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Here's Harden. Out to the right wing. Stolen by Jones. To the paint. Here's Gafford. Another shot. And it's Harden who pulls down the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 9. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
And left no doubt with that one, Grant. And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to find out what Nick Nurse was discussing with his players. He encouraged them to keep on the pressure, saying, you guys are forcing a lot of turnovers, and it's because you're communicating and working together as a unit. Keep it up. Defense is clearly a priority.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Just 2 to shoot. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It's on Zach LaVine.
Look, when you're matched up against Al Horford, you gotta be smart because he can exploit your weaknesses.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
You really don't even have to watch him at the line. Just listen for the net.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Dort's shot is good.
You talk about a guy who made himself into a solid three-point shooter. Lou Dort.
Pass to Gafford. Here's Monk. Now here's Gafford. Outside, Brown. Shot clock at 5. Oh, the stuff!
Flashing his athleticism there. Once Brown gets solid interior positioning, he's focused on jamming it home.
Book it! It goes!
They've made things hard on themselves, going cold in the first half, but they've been warming up since.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Monk up top. Jones outside. Okongwu with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 6. Now Hachimura. Harden outside. And Chris Finch has called timeout. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. Here's the drive. Count it!
Oh, can you say important bucket by Harden? James always wants the ball in these moments. Love it.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. Brown with it. Now Okongwu defending. Outside, Brown. Oh, JB rattling the rim.
He challenges the defender and throws it down with two hands.
Man, just straight power on that one. Clear the deck. Book it! That one goes!
Well, that's on the defense there. You can't give good scorers like Monk positioning inside. Precise delivery on the pass. Led him perfect.
Now it's Jones. Monk outside. A minute 15 left in the final quarter. Now Gafford. 4 on the clock. Jaylen Brown. Oh, he got it off before the buzzer. What a shot.
And I love how Brown is never in a rush, so calm even with the shot clock up against him.
Here's McDaniels. Brown with it. He's picked up by Levine. Now Brown. Floats one up. Okongwu with the rebound. Levine. Oh, missed on the tray.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Monk fires. The triple drops.
An effective three-point shooter over his career. Just about half of Monk's shots come from beyond the arc.
So this one belongs to the